Well, we got some more news. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, and Chris Spielman have gotten contract extensions to remain in the front office for the next 4 years. It is a 1-year contract extension because they had 3 more years left on their deal, but now they're going to go through 2027 instead of through 2026. So again, not huge because it's only a 1-year extension from his original deal he got, but I'll take it. It's well deserved. Brad Holmes has by far been the best Lions general manager ever, and Campbell has arguably been one of the greatest already Lions head coaches of all time. I don't know if he is there quite yet, but he's getting really close to there. And then Chris Spielman's a great guy in the front office to have. I love that addition that we added him 4 years ago. But we're going to also go over the Lions players that we have lost during free agency so far. We have lost 4 at the recording of this video at around 7 o'clock Central Time. So we have lost Jonah Jackson to the Rams on a 3-year, $51 million deal. That is overpaying for Jonah, if you ask me. I would have not paid him that money, especially since we brought Graham back. That's around, I think it's about more than that. It's around $17.5 million a year. I would not pay him that, not even close. He's not worth that type of money. If we only paid him like $12, $13 million a year, maybe I'd consider it. But $17, $18 million a year is way too much for him. He, in my opinion, out the 5 starting offensive linemen that we had last year, Jonah, Frank, Glasgow, Panay, and Decker, he was probably the least talented out the 5. Don't get me wrong, he's super talented. Still one of the better guards in the league. But out the 5, I'd say he's probably the least talented out of the 5. But good for Jonah, man. He'll help out that Rams offensive line. I just wouldn't have paid him that much money. Also, GJ is no longer a Detroit Lion, unfortunately. He has signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with, what do you know, the Philadelphia Eagles. He goes back to his former team. Don't have any problem with this. I didn't expect him to be back. I wanted him to be back, but I didn't expect it. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson will 100% help out that team. I don't know if I would have paid him that money either. $11 million a year, especially coming off of a season where he only played 2 or 3 regular season games and 3 postseason games. So I don't know if I would have paid him that money coming off the injured year, but hey, I still think it's pretty solid. $1 million a year for one of the better safeties in the league. I think that's pretty solid. So good for the Eagles. They're getting a good player. I do not like their fan base at all, and stuff like that. But for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I respect his decision. Hope you have a good career in Philly, man. And these 2 players just got signed today by the Lions. Anthony Pittman. I thought he was going to be re-signed. The Lions had some negotiation with him, and it looked like he was going to be back. But no, that is not the case. He's signing with the Washington Commanders. So Pittman, we now need a linebacker now, not a huge linebacker, just a special teams linebacker. And a guy who got released like at 100% see coming back, that's Chris Border, a linebacker from 2 years ago, special team ace. I could see him coming to replace Pittman. He's around 30 years old. He's got that veteran experience. And I can see him legitimately coming back to Detroit. So, keep on the lookout for that. Since Pittman is now gone. And the last move is Benito Jones is now signing with the Dolphins. And that news broke immediately once DJ Reader got signed. So, he must not have been too happy about Reader coming back since he lost his second string role. So, he goes to the Dolphins. Good for Benito and Pittman. I don't know if those players will make the roster. Pittman probably will because he's a really good special teamer. I don't know about Benito, though. He's going to have to work to get on the Dolphins roster. But we'll see what he does because they did lose their fantastic DT, Christian Wilkins. So I don't know who their starter is currently. They actually, that's a lie. Their current starter is Eric Armstead. They picked up Eric Armstead today. So, or no, they didn't. My bad. I think Jaguars picked up Eric Armstead. So I don't know who the Dolphins' starting defensive tackle is right now. But that news broke immediately once Reader signed. And if you ask me, Reader is 3 times better than Benito Jones. No offense to Benito, but that's just, we're speaking facts here. So, again, it kind of sucks because he's been with the Lions for, I believe, these 3 years now. And he was pretty okay when he was with us. But he's now gone, and we get DJ Reader in return, which is a much better upgrade. We have also re-signed, this news just broke about an hour ago. We have re-signed Khalil Dorsey. This one's surprising to me, really surprising, because we did not tender him. I guess the Lions just want him to test free agency to see if he got any offers from any other team, because there's no guarantee at all that Dorsey will make the 53-man, especially what Brad Holmes has done thus far at the cornerback position during the offseason by bringing in Robertson and Davis. And we still got the draft, and we might even bring in another veteran cornerback through free agency, like an Adoree Jackson or somebody like that. So, no guarantee he'll make the roster, but he's our best kick returner on the roster right now, and he's a solid 6th, 7th string cornerback. So I'm 100% fine with this deal. It's probably only going to be around 1 year, $2 million deal with not much guaranteed. So I'm completely fine with this. We have also, I don't know what to call this, signed, tendered, K.O. DeWosa cutting James Houston, because we didn't tender him as an exclusive rights, but the news broke like after the exclusive rights time period end, where they can now negotiate with any team, that they are back. So I don't really know if they got tendered or if they got signed or what was the deal, but they are now back on the Lions. So it's a little bit of pass rush help with Houston, not much though, but we'll see what he can do, because he hasn't basically played in 2 seasons. So we'll see what he can do. And KO being back, that's good veteran guard depth to have. So I like it. But those are all the moves coming out thus far through free agency. We also Chase Lucas. The Lions do have interest in bringing him back. I'm assuming it's the same thing with Dorsey, probably, where they just wanted him to test free agency to see if he can get any offers from any other teams. I did hear that. I think it was the Cardinals had interest in bringing Lucas in, but he is not signed with the Cardinals yet. So I would say you could expect Chase Lucas to be back probably tomorrow or late tonight if Brad Holmes is one of those 9 to 10 o'clock moves at night. So, one pride, go Lions. Tell me how you feel about these moves. I think Brad Holmes' offseason is done pretty well for the most part, except still not getting that number 2 pass rusher. But in terms of addressing the cornerback position, he's done a very good job so far. So one pride, go Lions. Hope to return to the computer where I can show you my screen and stuff like that in the next videos. Just behind a lot, so I wanted to do it the old way, and which is faster. So one pride, go Lions. See you in the next video.